Art is my passion. Art is a way for me to express myself in a manner that is productive. I also believe in social justice art, meaning creating art for social change, for social movement, whether it be through writing or through theater or through the canvas. My art reflects the struggle that I have within and the struggle that I experience in my environment. Being a Filipino-American gay male, that not only did I have to deal with assimilation, but I also had to deal with not just cultural identity, but sexual identity. And the LGBTQ community, knowing that I can find support out there, affirmed that my sexuality is normalized. And we created a vibrant community that supports each other, not just politically, but artistically as well. The time in which I realized that I was gay was the time when I just became aware of my environment. From a very early on, I started feeling a sense of attractiveness to men. Having grown up in a Catholic private school, that wasn't the norm in the 60s, 70s, you couldn't do that. Coming from a conservative background and parents, you couldn't do that. So that was difficult. There was a lot of internal struggle because what I saw on the outside of society is not necessarily what's going on inside of me. So there was a turmoil. My coming out story was actually very religious for me. I almost tried to kill myself, and then I was talking to God, to Christ. You know, I've got this picture of Jesus Christ in my room, and I just heard this voice, and this voice said, "Look, I gave you a gift. Use your gift." And I felt that was so important. Being out means for me claiming my space, defining my own space in my own terms. Being out is empowering. Being out is being able to scream as loud as I want or whisper as soft as I want. Being out gives me that courage that we can make political changes. I can affect other people that are in the closet by being out. Mind you, I've been out for about maybe 30, 40 years now, about 35 years. So I've seen the process go through from the AIDS crisis to not having, like Boys Town in Chicago. It was not a name Boys Town, but it was a gathering place until people recognize that is part of our geography. The LGBT community encompasses so many people of different races, color, religion, and creed. Community is so important, right? To belong into a community is so important because I feel like as a social being, that we as social human beings, we need to interact with like-minded people in order to survive. And it's also allowed us to create change. Now we have marriage equality. 40 years ago, that was not even thought about. The frustrations that I have experienced is homophobia, and how it has been the leading cause of hundreds and thousands of deaths due to HIV, due to AIDS. I remember that Reagan administration did not even mention AIDS, that it was a gay crisis. Since it was a gay crisis, we don't talk about it. We don't even want to fund any research. So it wasn't only until straight people were being affected by the crisis that they started noticing something was going on. However, the main soldiers in front of the gay crisis, or in front of the AIDS crisis, were the LGBTQ community. That's a frustration. That unfortunately, with the current administration, that's resurfacing again. A lot of the rights that we had fought for are being questioned based upon their religious beliefs. They are slowly working on legislations to take away marriage equality. They are slowly eroding, allowing to discriminate in private businesses based upon the religious conviction of the owner. So those are things that I'm afraid of, is that it's creating a community of hate over and over again by using religion which is supposed to create a community of compassion. So it's the community of compassion is slowly disappearing. Millennials have it a lot easier because they grew up with social media, they grew up with the media depicting a lot of gay men and women in having normal relationships. It wasn't a freak show. Trying to build a bridge between the homophobic community and myself, as much as I have extended myself to homophobia. It's how secure a homophobic person is within themselves that they're not going to be sexually assaulted. They're not going to be predated upon. We're seen as predators. I remember one time when a friend of mine's cousin had a baby and picked up the baby. I'm not so effeminate when I present myself. So from that perspective, it doesn't give the straight person that normative that they have of what a gay man is. So during these times, I was carrying her child. Once they found out that I was gay, they sort of like politely said, "Oh, no, I'll carry my child." So it's up to them to feel safe to reach out. We have always been out there and creating bridges. So it's I think maybe the better way to pose the question is, how can we create alliance with a community that's still close to believing that gay men and women, people that are in the LGBTQ community, have equal rights? If a cisgendered person wants to reach out to somebody that's within the LGBTQ community, I think, first of all, they need to do a lot of self-reflection and ask themselves, why am I afraid of a gay man? Is it this person gonna make a pass at me? It's gonna make me feel uncomfortable? Is this person gonna be automatically just want me for sex? I've been sexually objectified. I would advise them to question those fears. And then, are those fears reality? Are those fears placed upon, are these stereotypes placed upon the larger community, cisgender, heterosexual community, to create this lies? Because I'm always gonna be Filipino and gay. I'm a Filipino-American gay male, and that's just my identity. But for me, working in the world, it's about my integrity. It's about how I present myself. So I'm in a space where I don't carry the flag around or wear it in my sleeves. And if I were to confront it, if I'm confronted with homophobia, yeah, I'll call it. I would like to let the community know that we need to reach beyond other communities other than sexuality. We need to be involved in other people's politics and create alliances across the board so that we're able to empower each other. That's one of the legacies I'd like to leave.